Welcome back to the social class for class 8 history, and on 5th chapter, that is on the when the people's rebel 1857 and after that. So as per that, in the last sessions we already found that from the Meerut to Delhi, and the rebellions is spreading among the Indian people, especially in the North Indian portions. And here also we found some of the prominent leaders like Tatya Top, Jhansi Ki Rani, and all. We already found Bahadur Shah Japars and many more who are contributed and fight to get freedom from the East India Company and ruling their own territory by the Indian people. Today we'll discuss on the company fight back, and which I already explained the last sessions also there in the last conclusion portions. And after that we'll go last to the aftermath, what things are changed after the revolt of 1857. As we already found that the company fight back, they are calling the Lord Canning from the Britain to be come to be help in the East India Company. And there also we found that the telegrams are sent to British Council that they need a urgent help and more soldiers in India, because in India now the revolts are started by the Indian peoples against the Britishers, that means white people. So that to protections of more on that, they are asking help from the Britishers, and from the British side also they are sending soldiers and more weapons to be help to the East India Company. And ultimately that was led by the Lord Canning, and he was become a successful on that to suppress the revolt of 1857. And the revolt of 1857 was only lasted for you can say that hardly 3 months, because there also we found the insufficiency of the arms and ammunitions, the food supply, and as well as some of the Indian leaders are not helping on them to fight for the independence, that means freedoms for the Indian people especially. So many times I always say that some historians are say that the revolt of 1857 was the past independent war, but some historians are not agree on that. So that's up to the what things point are found. So that's as per that point only the historians are argue on that. But today we'll see the company fight back, and as per your textbook today I will go there. So here some of the names are there which you have to be know more on that, especially after coming of the Lord Canning. So due to the insufficiency of arms and ammunitions and food items, so Indian peoples are now set back. They are unable to go for continuously war on that. So after that, the most of the areas are they recapturing where the revolts are started there. So after that reinforcement, we already found that like Bahadur Shah Japa was tried to court and sentenced to life imprisonment. He and his wife Begum Jinat Mahal was sent to the prisons in Rangoon, that is in the Burma, in Rangoon, and 1858 on October. And finally we found that both of them dead on November 1862 on the Rangoon jail. Besides, we also found that the leaders like Jhansi Ki Rani, who was defeated in the Lucknow in March 1858, and she was killed in 1858 on the June with Rani Avanti Bai. And as well as we already also found that the Tatya Top, who escaped to the jungle to the central India and continued to fight in the guerrilla war. So when it refers to the guerrilla war, the guerrilla wars are you are hiding and attacking. Because we already found that when the battles are fought all those time, they are fought like in the day and night they are resting, and again morning again they go for the fight. So that system was not there. So they are hiding and fighting from the backside also, because the systems of the battle during those time was that front to front they have to be fight, not from the backside they are attacking. But in a guerrilla warfare we found that they are using the horses, especially hiding in the forest, and they are attacking to the East India Company, whoever come across to them. So that's we refer as the guerrilla warfare. And after that the Tatatov also arrested with the many tribals and peasant leaders, and he was killed in April 1859. They are, as well as they are announcing that they also announced reward of the loyal landholders would be allowed to continue to enjoy a traditional right over their land, and those who had rebels were told that if they are submitted to the British, and if they not killed any white people, so their lands have to be given back, and they are enjoying more land who are go against the East India Company. That land also they are taken and given to the who are helping them. So that kind of the policies are implemented by the East India Company, so that they will get a more help from the Indian leaders and Indian soldiers. And that's come under the company fight back, how they are using a tactic to controlling the Indian peoples and Indian rulers who are revolting against them. Now we come to the last topic, that will be the aftermath. So on this aftermath, what things are changed in Indian administrative after the revolt of 1857. So here we'll go on the textbook, because here the especially 5 more important points are there, which is especially changed after the revolt of 1857, and which are very important also. So the British had regained the controls of the country by the end of 1859, but they could not carry on the ruling and land with the same policy anymore before the revolt of 1857, how they are ruling. Because before 1857, they are ruling as per the company's rules and regulations. They are not directly controlled by the Britishers. Britishers are granting them to do a business in India, but they are doing business, as well as the East India Company are pay money to the British government, so that they are allowing them to be, permit them to be do a business there. So those all things have to be changed now. Now the first point, the British Parliament passed a new Act of 1857 and transferred the power of East India Company to the British Crown in order to ensure a more responsible management of Indian affairs. A member of the British cabinet was appointed Secretary of the States for the India and made responsible for all the matter related to the governments of India, and that's they call them as the Indian Council. Look, exactly after the revolt of 1857, and when the East India Companies are success, which they are the more soldiers which they bring from the British. Now the every systems are changed. Earlier, East India Companies are collecting revenue. How much they are collecting revenue, they put into their pocket or they keep them, and only some portions they are sent to the British. Now after the revolt of 1857, directly or indirectly, East India Company and India both are directly come under the control of the British Crown. Now every rules and regulations are regulated from the British Council. Whatever they have to be do, how they have to be do, what they have to do. So every guidance are coming from the British Council. Now East India Companies are unable to do what they are like to be do, whatever they want. Besides that, the Governor General of India was given the titles of the Viceroy. Before the revolt of 1857, we say the head of the state, that means East India Companies, we say them as the Viceroy. But after that, the Viceroy's names are changed to the Governor General. So that's important. That's the important point. The second point, they were allowed to be passed their kingdom to their heir, including adopted son. However, they were made to acknowledge the British Queen as their sovereign paramount. So that means we already found that the subsidiary alliance doctrines of they are what they are saying. If their original sons are not there, that means their kingdom will be directly annexed. That kingdom territory will be going to the East India Company, and that's the exactly reason they are like Nana Sahib, Peshwa Bajirao, like Rani Lakshmibai, which they adopted the son, which they have not original son, and due to that cause the revolt of 1857 was fought more by the kingdom. So they are said that now if you want to hire a son or daughter, you can take no problem. And beside that, but the Indian rulers, they can be adopted son and daughter, no problem at all, but they should be keep in their mind the autonomous power, that means the supreme of the power, the paramount power is the British government. They are adopted, no problem, what you want to do, no problem, but they have to keep in their mind the most powerful is the British government, British crown. The third point, it was decided that the proportions of Indian soldiers army would be reduced and numbers of European will be increasing. Yes. The third point is that the Indian soldiers should be reduced now, because in future also revolt of 1857, like the consequences may be happen there if the Indian soldiers are recruiting more and more there. So they feel that Indian soldiers have to be now reduced, who are very loyal, that them only keep there, and the rest remaining just they have to be put out, and recruiting more from the European, so that their own people can be help them. And mostly they are recruiting soldiers from the Gurkhas, Sikh and Pathan. These three communities of the peoples are recruiting more there, because it may be they are more loyal to the East India Company and during those time, and they are not involving in the revolt of 1857. That is the major reason there. And as well as after that, the land and property of Muslims were confiscated, and they are looking them is in a suspicious hostility. So after that, the revolt of 1857, the every sectors, every whatever they want to do, meeting, gathering, anything there, now they are looking them as a suspicious. That means in the future also they can be revolt with them. So that's why they have a cautious about that. And the fifth point, regarding on the respect of the religious, customary religions and social practices of the peoples in India, decided to be respect. So like 1850, the new conversions of Christianities are there. So some of the religious leaders, they feel that their religions are disrespect, and exactly like the imperial rifles, gun which they are using, which are made, the cartridge or was made by the grease of pet and cow. So the things are not there. So now after revolt of 1857, now they are looking from the East India Company and British also, they are looking to giving respect to their own religious. Whoever they are religious, they can practice, but that should not be indulgence, and that should not be looked downtrodden and inferiors. And the last point, that is the policies were made, protected the landlords and jamindar, give them a security of rights over their land. So after that, we found that the land which they have acquired, like due to the subsidiary alliance, doctrines of land, and those who have big lands, so some of the lands are given back to the landlords, especially those who are supported them, who are helping them in the revolt of 1857. So that's are some of the important, especially 5 point after made. And once you study the textbook, it will be helping more you on that. And after that also, if you have found any problem after you study, then you can directly ask me, and I try to make it clarify more on that. And once you study and after watching my video, I hope so it will be more clear for you. So this fifth chapter is over, and the next will go for the next chapter. So chapter 6 is not there, so directly we go to the second book, part 2, and there's chapter 7. So the things we will do on the another sessions. So for today, that much. Thank you.